My name is Joan Almadilia, and I play the character of Jean Lee. And in the show, you'll hear Master Cert say Jeannie Lee, little Jeannie Lee sometimes. How did I get involved? My audition process was I came to the last reading. There was an audition that, I think that was a Monday. I couldn't do it because I had another audition. And another audition, which I really wanted to do, but it did not work out for some reason. It was far, far San Diego. And so I came to this reading. I was very intrigued. And there was there's a lot of cuts in the show, but when we read that time, I mean, even the first line in the show that I say already intrigued me. And if you haven't seen the show, you have to see the show. And I'll give you a test if you remember my first line. First of all, I want to start where I thought what my character is. Very strong-willed. You know, I'll start with the good points. Strong-willed, very. She's analytical. And then here's the part where she can be also stubborn and very controlling. The characters were pretty much like I understood what she is, that she just wanted everything her way. And when the show starts, you know this is the part of her life with her son, a teenager, where she cannot control anything, and you just see her let go. Well, you know, it's pretty. I always wondered if I could ever get to do a show like this, because most of the roles that I've done before were, you know, I sing pretty and pretty notes and, you know, really like, you know, pretty. And then this show is just like I watch these guys dance. They go for it because it's something that if you hold back, you're going to hurt yourself. I took that in my singing every night, that if I hold back, I'm going to hurt myself. My acting point of view, everything. So I just go for it based on my observation of these guys doing rehearsals. That's my input, mostly in the singing part. And the acting is just, you know, what I'm given, I respond. And a lot of repetition and collaboration.
Hello, my name is Lawrence Cow, and I play the character Norman Lee, Jean Lee's son. I heard about this audition by seeing it on a breakdown, actually, on Actors Access, and I just submitted myself. And when I got called to come in for the audition, I actually wasn't going to come in because I read the breakdown again. It said, like, you know, you had to be a really proficient singer, and you had to be, like, an excellent b-boy, which I was not. You know, I was just a dancer. I did, like, choreography. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. You know, it was just like I haven't really danced for a while, and I felt like I was really rusty. So when they called me again, they're like, "Yo, just you submitted for this. Like, you haven't told me if you were gonna come in an audition." I was like, "Oh, okay, fine," because I don't want to like say no to an audition that I've been given. You know, so I was like, "Okay, I'll come in. All right." And then, yeah, like now I play Norman. And it's a fun character to play because he's got a lot of ups and downs throughout the whole play. But in the beginning, he was really hard to find because he was so, like, normal, like Norman. Like, he wasn't like a very exciting character, and it was really difficult for me to be like, man, what is this guy? Like, who is he? And so I guess in order to find him, I found him through, like, just my passion for dance and as a being, like, as a passion for girls, exactly, like wanting to get the girl for sure, because, you know, that's what every kid's, like, life goal is, like, ever since they're, like, in elementary school to, like, high school. You just want to get the girl. It's just your life purpose.
I'm Lang Fei. I play Trey, also 3-point. During the audition process, I just found out about it from a friend living in the Bay Area. She's involved with a lot of Asian, Pacific Islander, American, like, events and everything like that. So she told me about this, and I just showed up to the auditions. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, because I had just gotten out the military, and then I moved down to LA in December, and so I went to the auditions, did the dancing thing. Did the singing, did a little bit of acting, a little bit of rapping. So I think Jason, Tim Dang, and Chino were able to see my aggression as a dancer, and pick out the role of 3-point for me. And naturally, for me, just being competitive as a competitive dancer, like in the b-boy world, and being in the military where like you have walls that you build, you know, to get by, it was very easy to transition to this character that has, you know, a tough exterior, high walls, and everything like that. I never counted. I never did choreo and everything like that. Like, so that was difficult for me because, you know, these guys were able to handle it, and I think Jason back here was like stressing, like, Lang, Lang, you're great in the solos, but you need to count. You need to count, Lang. I'm like, I don't know how to count. So that was the hardest part.
I am Troy Terashita. I play the role of Hype. I heard about this project through Facebook, actually. A friend of mine, Jason Chong, the choreographer, he posted a Facebook ad about the audition, and I didn't know I was actually going for a musical until I was at the audition. And, I thought, oh, I'm going to be able to do well. I can dance and do counts and stuff, and then they had me sing.
I didn't want to scare him.
He's the most energetic character I think I've ever tried to play. I try to bring my own instincts to it, if that's what I mean, the situations, if you come and see the show, are going to, you know, dictate on what the character behavior is going to be like. But basically, it's I feel like I just get to get loose, get as wild and as crazy as I can with the character, and you know, and it's a lot of fun. I'm hoping to grow it even further. We have a few more weeks yet to go, so I've actually been very fortunate for the type of dancers who I got trained by. I got trained by a guy named Shabadoo, and he's one of the old school dancers in the past. That move that I'm doing is called a camel walk. James Brown did it in the day, and Michael Jackson did it in the day. You know, yeah. And it's kind of a part. I think that's some of the stuff that the the original locker dancers do, and my forte, like one of my street dancings, is I do lock dancing, and so I thought it'd be appropriate to have a little step that goes along with the character.
Yeah, I'm Cesar Cipriano. I play L.A., which stands for Little Assassin. You find that out later in the show. But yeah, I have predominantly a theater. You could say that too. I have a theater background. Like, I've done a bunch of musicals. I've done some, you know, film acting as well. And what first introduced me to the project was I saw the workshop 2 years ago. Or was it a year, something like that, a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I was so compelled by it that I couldn't wait to see it. I didn't think I was going to audition for it. It was so compelling that I wanted to experience it as an audience member, because when you're in it, you don't feel what the audience feels. You're doing your part. You know, you're in the stew. You don't get to taste it. You know, so that's what I want to do. I want to taste it. But then when Meg invited me to audition, it's like, well, not going to turn on the audition. And then let me be a carrot in the stew. Yeah. Let me be the carrot. Let me be an ingredient in the stew. And when they offered me the part of L.A., I was pretty excited to be in it. So what I bring to L.A. is, you know, when it comes to 3 Points crew, a part of our strength is our intimidation. So as L.A., that's my forte, the intimidation part. Because I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in a really bad part of Brooklyn. It's still bad now, Brownsville, Brooklyn. So I took a lot of what I witnessed. It's usually the quiet ones are the ones that are carrying. The ones that will kill you are the quiet ones. So that's the character that I placed on myself when it comes to being L.A. and helping intimidate other crews. So, you know, we have the hype man, and then you have the soul intimidator. And that dichotomy will throw other people off. It's like, okay, you don't want to talk to any of them because the hype man's crazy, and then the quiet one will kill you. So that's what I feel we bring to 3 Points crew. And I hope you see it. You'll get to witness it when you see it on stage.
Hi, I'm Jason Chong, and I'm the choreographer for Krunk Fu Battle Battle. So, I got involved a couple years ago. Tim Dang brought me in because he called me up one day because he found me at the Edge where I teach, and he wanted a hip-hop choreographer for Pippin a couple years back. And he liked what I did then, so he asked me again to come back and do a workshop for, Krunk Fu Battle Battle. And we did it in about a week, and it actually was it was fun. We had a great bunch of dancers, and, the music, Mark did, Tim did the direction, the readings, and in 1 week we had a pretty hefty workshop. And then, like a year later, or what, year and a half later? Yeah, like a year and a half later, he called us back again and says, "It's on. It's on." And it went on.
My name is Mark Macalinto. I'm the composer of the vocal music and music director of the Krunk Fu. And it's pretty much the same story as what Jason said. I worked on Pippin in 2008 as the music director, and for Pippin, Tim Dang asked me to reorchestrate the score to make it more of like a hip-hop anime style musical. So with Stephen Schwartz's blessing, we were able to do that, and it was a lot of fun actually. And I think the same thing, like along with Jason, Tim wanted to do a hip hop musical, so he had asked Jason and I if we can hop along on the project, and it's been awesome.
I heard about the audition online, and I came out, and no training in dance before, just dance for fun. Yeah, just dance for fun. Just played around with it, and came to the audition kind of worried, but I just did my best, and they liked me, so called me back. I read with Lawrence here, and they gave me the part. And at first, Tim had actually given me some clues about the character, and he said, "Aim for like a McLovin." I'm like, okay. And so I kind of aimed for McLovin, but it kind of turned into like a quirky Asian McLovin plus Steve Urkel, so I don't know. So yeah, right. But he's pretty cool because he could dance and stuff. So, but developing the character, the dancing, it was all thanks to Jason. Yeah, it was all thanks to Jason. And he pushed me pretty hard. But I mean, after I got past the hump, the character came out, developed pretty well. So.